guys, it's Mrs. Petey here. We're going to do subtraction of integers. I know we did these two probably together with our Zoom meeting, but I'm going to do these two with you again as a quick review, and then we'll get into the ones where you're going to work and try. Okay, so when we subtract integers, we don't actually keep them as a subtraction problem. We change it to an addition problem by adding the opposite, or what your teachers like to say sometimes is same, change, change. So the first number is going to stay exactly the same. It's going to stay as -2. My subtraction is going to change to addition, which is what we want. And my -8 is going to become the opposite, or it's going to change to a +8. Okay, then just like we did before with our adding of integers, we're going to use our number line. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to start with my first number is at -2. So I'm going to start with a dot on my -2. I'm going to add a +8. Remember, this is my positive direction. This is my negative direction. So I'm going to go in my positive direction from here 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that brings me to +6. Okay, so that tells me that -2 minus -8 is 6. It also means that -2 plus 8 would be 6. Okay, but we answered our question. Now we're going to do -3 minus 4. Again, I'm going to do same, change, change, or change this to adding the opposite. So my -3 stays the same, and I can leave it parentheses, doesn't matter. My subtraction is going to change to adding, which is what I want. And this is a +4 right now. It's going to change to a -4. Okay. So now again, I'm going to use my number line because now it's an addition problem. So I'm going to start at my -3 and put a dot. This is my positive direction. This is my negative direction. I'm adding a -4, so I'm going to go 4 spaces in the negative direction. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in the negative direction, and that gives me to -7. So that tells me -3 minus +4 is -7. Okay, so now I'm going to bump this up. You're going to work on 3 and 4. So first thing you're going to be asked to do is go from a subtraction problem to changing it to an adding of the opposite, or in other words, doing that same change, change. So for 4 minus +6, you are going to get +4 plus +6 right now, because that's what's just a 6 is inside our parentheses, goes to -6. Okay, then you're going to use your number line to the side to help you see what that gets you with addition. So again, you're going to start at the 4. There's my dot on my 4. This is my positive direction. This is my negative direction. I'm going to add a -6 because I'm adding a negative amount. I'm going to go towards my negative direction, and I'm going to go 6 spaces from my 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have gotten -2. Okay, number 4. 1 minus -3. Again, we're not going to keep this a subtraction problem. We have to make it an addition problem to solve. So we're going to change it to adding of the opposite, or do same, change, change. So this is going to stay a 1, +1. It can stay in parentheses. It doesn't have to. This is going to go from a subtraction to an addition. I'm going to go from a -3. I'm going to change that to a +3. So now, as you can see, you really have an easy problem that you should be able to really do without the number line, but I'll show you real quick. So we put a dot on our 1. Again, this is my positive, my negative direction. We're going to add +3, so we're going to go in the positive direction 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and of course it gets us to +4. Okay. But as you can see, once we switched that to an addition problem, it became a very easy problem. Okay, we're going to look at number 5 now. Number 5 is -4 subtracting -5. And again, we're going to change this to an addition problem, or adding the opposite by doing same, change, change. So -4 is going to stay -4. It's going to stay the same. I'm going to change this from subtraction to addition. this is a negative 5 inside my parentheses, I'm going to change that to a positive 5, which is the opposite of negative 5. Again, now I'm going to go to my number line now that I have it set up as an addition problem. So I'm going to start at negative 4. And I'm going to add a positive 5. Again, this is my positive numbers are in this direction, my negative numbers are in this direction. So if I'm going positive, I have to go this way in 5 spaces because I'm adding 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's really a 1 here. So you should get positive 1. So negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1, or negative 4 subtracting negative 5 is positive 1. Same thing. Thanks, guys.